All right, students, our today's lecture is prevention against virus. Okay. Yesterday, I end up my lecture at the topic damages caused by virus. So in continuation to that, let us discuss what are the preventive measures we can take to prevent the occurrence of virus in the system. So we should use CD after scanning it, after scanning for any virus sector. We should not use any pirated CD or any pirated DVD, right? Whenever we are downloading any file from internet, we should scan that file first. It may contain some sectors of virus, right? Then we should always use legalized and licensed software. We should not use any pirated softwares. Always password protect your PC. You should keep password so that any unauthorized user should not open up your files. Password provides the high level of security. Then whatever important data you have in the system, always take backup of that data. You can take backup in pen drive, you can take backup in external hard disk, or you can store your data in Google Drive, right? So backup of the important data is essential, because if any problem occurs, so your data should not get lost. Then we should install a good antivirus, and periodically we should run the antivirus. At regular intervals, we should do the full scanning of our system, maybe desktop, maybe laptop, so that if any sectors of virus are there, they can get removed. And periodically update your virus also, so that updated files are incorporated in your antivirus software. Like I give one example to you, whenever you download any app from Play Store, you might see that after few days, you see the updation of that software in the Play Store. It is recommended to update your apps. Why we do the updation? So that the recent changes done, the recent files which have been downloaded or which have been uploaded, they can be incorporated in your software. Now next is the most dangerous malicious software, that is called Trojan horse. Now, why the name Trojan horse has been given? Actually, it has been taken from an old classical story when Greeks, they fought with Trojans. There was a war between Greeks and Trojans, and Greeks, what they did, they sent a wooden horse of large size in the Troy city, in the city of Trojans. Trojans, they bring that wooden horse into their area, and some soldiers of Greeks were hidden inside that wooden horse. There was one hidden gate in which the soldiers of the Greeks were hiding. And when Trojans, they bring that wooden horse into their city, the soldiers, they attack on them, right? It was a deception, what you call a deceive action, right? So keeping that point in mind, this malicious software has been given the name Trojan horse. What actually is the role of this malicious software? It looks very safe to run, but at the back side, at the hidden side, it is playing its negative role. It attaches itself with a program which looks very safe to run. No problem comes. But at the back side, at the hidden side, this malicious software is doing his malicious activity. Maybe your image gets corrupt, your information gets corrupted. Maybe it can damage or alter your information, right? So a Trojan horse is a code which is hidden in the program. Might be a game, might be any Excel spreadsheet, or you have downloaded any attachment that came to you via email. Might be that attachment carries the Trojan horse along with it, right? So sometimes your system gives very abrupt kind of behavior. That are the indications of the occurrence of Trojan horse. Let us see what are the signs and the symptoms that you get which indicates the occurrence of Trojan horse malware. Desktop changes, increase of spams. Spam, you know, unsolicited emails, what you called in simple language the junk mails, right? Too many junk mails start coming. Poor device performance. Device is not working as normal working. It's not working in the normal conditions, right? Then unfamiliar downloads and add-ons, changes to display, right? So these all symptoms, they show the occurrence of Trojan horse. And what should be done to prevent the Trojan horse? We should not open any unknown email attachment. Suppose any unknown sender who is not known to us, he has sent us an email along with some attachment. We should not open that. We should avoid opening any email coming from unknown sender. Do not download anything from internet, and if something very important to download, first you scan that file and download from secure sites. Secure sites, I told you earlier, when you see HTTPS, HTTPS means secure site and HTTP means not a secure site. Secure site means your private information is not going to the third party, like your IP address, your location, that details is not going to the third party. You are under a secure connection. Do not click on any pop-ups. Pop-ups, you might have seen some window, some message type window abruptly comes on the screen, and there are two buttons there, allow and block. So do not access those pop-ups. They may become the reason for the occurrence of Trojan horse. Then install a good antivirus. Already I told you. Regularly scan your important files. Always periodically full scan your system. Then next is worm. What is a worm? The main characteristic, the main feature of this malicious software worm is its ability to self-replicate. It divides itself. The meaning of self-replicate means to divide itself, to multiply itself. This is the main feature of worm, that this malicious software is self-replicate and no human interference is there. It comes on its own. It is not like virus. Like when virus occurs, it requires a host. Virus requires a host, maybe any program, maybe it attaches itself with a program, maybe it attaches itself with a file and enters your system. But worm is not like virus. It does not require any host. And the main damage, the main drawback of worm is, the main problem which occurs due to worm is it consumes your bandwidth of the network, right? It attacks on the computer network. It attacks on the security. It consumes lot of bandwidth, right? And overloading of traffic take place on the network. These are some of the examples of the worm: Morris, My Doom, Blaster, Nimda, Storm worm. These are some of the examples of the worm. Now, what are the characteristics of worm? The first and the most important characteristic is the ability to self-replicate, to multiply itself, to divide itself. Does not require a host. This point will become the difference between virus and worm. Virus needs a host for its occurrence. Worm does not require any host. If it is a network worm, it can replicate across communication links. Like suppose one device communicating with other device, right? The communication channel, the communication link can become the target by the worm. Activated by creating process, right? More infectious than traditional virus because it consumes the bandwidth of the network, right? So it is treated as more dangerous, more infectious as compared to your virus software. Okay. And suppose there are some problems coming in the operating system. Vulnerabilities means some problems are coming in the operating system performance. So worm takes advantage of that problems in order to carry out its malicious task. I hope up till here I am clear, students. Please raise your thumb immediately to give your response. All right. Now we move on to the next lecture, that is spam. Spam is also known as junk mail. Your friend is sending you email. You know your friend has sent. You know the sender. But when you receive bulk of emails, large number of emails, and that too from unknown senders, they are called spam, unsolicited emails. Unsolicited email means when the sender identity is not known to you. You don't know who has sent you the mail. Maybe advertising company has sent the mail. It can be a fraud mail just to influence the user. The user, suppose you get an email that you have won $1 million lottery. Some users, they get very influenced that yes, I have won the lottery. So what they do, they open the email, they click on the link, one message is there, click on the link to fill your information in order to claim your prize. So unknowingly, some users, they fill their personal details in that form and they submit it. That becomes the target. From there, the malicious activities start taking place. So we should not click on any such email which is unknown to us. We should not download any attachment which is unknown to us, right? So this is called spam, the electronic junk mail or any news group posting which is sent by the large number of people in bulk, right? So how we can avoid spam? We can avoid spam by creating a spam filter. That filter will check that whether the incoming email is a spam or not. Accordingly, the filter can block or unblock the email. Do not register. Suppose you are accessing some websites, might be for shopping. Do not access the site with the true ID. Make some other ID for accessing your shopping, right? Or for doing any shopping, but do not use your true ID. Then, whenever you receive the mail, do check the sender. That is sender known to you or not? Accordingly, reply to the email. Do not abruptly reply to the email. Do not at once reply to the email. First, check the sender. First, see the sender is known to you or not. Is email reliable? Is sender reliable? Then you should do the reply accordingly. Now, our last topic is types of network. Already you are very much familiar with these. Let us give a reading to that. LAN, local area network. Beta, local area network means a network which is confined to a limited area. Maybe office, maybe school, maybe a building, maybe any private office. Okay. So since it is restricted to a particular area, the number of computers are also restricted, right? Easy to build, less expensive project, right? And error rates are less. Why error rates are less in LAN? Because the distance between the devices is less. The distance between the devices is less. So due to this feature, error rates are less in LAN. But error rates will be more in WAN because the distance covered is too large. When distance is large, error rate will be high. When distance is less, error rate will be low, right? Since distance is very less, so the speed at which the data is transferred, the data transfer rate will be high. In the case of LAN, because of the less distance between the devices, and devices are physically connected by cables or by wires. Clear? Now, what is the why the LAN is created? In order to have software sharing, document sharing, any application sharing, right? Maybe you want to share any peripheral device, right? Now, the main point is less congested as compared to WAN. Beta, congestion is a problem in the network. When on a single channel, too many signals come, traffic goes overloaded. That reduces the capacity of the network, which finally becomes a congestion problem. So in LAN, congestion problem is less as compared to WAN, right? Next is MAN, Metropolitan Area Network. Now, metropolitan area network is a type of network covering or spread across a city, covering the full city. More than LAN, but less than WAN. The area covered is more than LAN, but it is less than WAN, right? Maybe area from 5 to 50 kilometer in diameter. Now, installation cost, the setup cost of a MAN is more than LAN, but less than WAN, right? The main use of metropolitan area network is the cable television that you have at home, right? The cable television, the cable wire which is coming to your home, the cable network is the best example of metropolitan area network. Clear? Now, as compared to LAN, the MAN has more congestion because distance is increasing. The distance between devices has increased. So problem of congestion is more than LAN, but less than WAN. Last but not the least, WAN, wide area network. Now, wide area network is a network that has been spread across countries and continents, right? Much more area covered as compared to LAN and MAN. Now, since the distance is too large, data transfer rate will be low, error rate will be more. Why error will be more? Because of the longer distances. And devices are connected via unguided medias. Devices, they are connected with each other via unguided media with the way of wireless technology, right? And the best example of MAN is ATM and internet. And congestion problem will be high, very high in the case of WAN. On a single channel, so many signals can come. The signal may get corrupt, the signal may get damaged, right? So due to the overloading of the traffic, the congestion problem increases much more in WAN. Am I clear up till here? Am I clear up till here, class? Now, one last topic is telnet. Beta, telnet means telecommunication network. Telecommunication network. Beta, basically telnet is an internet tool that help us to log on to a remote computer system. Suppose you are sitting at your office and you want to access the computer which is at your home. Sitting at your office, you want to access any computer which is at the remote area. You can access that, right, with the help of telnet connection. By using the commands for the telnet, when you set up the telnet connection, you can log on to your remote computer. So what is telnet? Telnet is an internet tool that is used to log on to a remote computer system, right? Am I clear? Am I clear, 12th class? 12th class, hurry up. All right. 12th class, with this, I have finished the board syllabus of computer science, right? Today, I ended up the board syllabus of computer science. Now, I would like to discuss a few board level questions with you. This is the sample paper of year 2016. I am going to discuss the complete network question of 10 marks with you people. Let us discuss. First question. Identify the type of topology on the basis of the following. A situation has been given to you. You are to recognize the type of topology. Since every node is directly connected to the server, a large amount of cable is needed, which increases the installation cost of the network. Which type of topology it is? It is a star topology, because every node is directly connected to the server, the central hub. Remember the concept of star topology. All the nodes, they are connected with the central hub. If single node fails, the topology will not get affected. But if the central hub, the central server fails, the whole network will get corrupted. Okay? So the suitable answer is star topology. The B part. It has a single common data path connecting all the nodes. Now on a linear cable, on a single linear cable, all the devices are attached. All the computers and all the peripheral devices are connected. So this topology is bus topology. Am I clear? Am I clear, students? Now, the next question, expand the following. Expand the following means you are to give the full form. VoIP, Voice over Internet Protocol. SMTP, Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. Now, who is hacker? I told you yesterday, we discussed this concept yesterday. Beta, hacker is a person who has gained the computer knowledge or programming knowledge for playing any playful prank, maybe for using his knowledge as a computer expertise. Maybe he is working with some organization as an ethical professional hacker in order to help out the organization in finding out the vulnerabilities coming in the system. The white hacker, who is playing a positive role, who has no malicious intention. But there can be a black hat hacker also, who is corrupting the system, who has malicious intentions to violate the system security, right? So when you get a question who is hacker, clearly define the role of white hacker also and black hat hacker also. Now this question, the following is a 32-bit binary number usually represented as 4 decimal places, each representing 8 bits in the range 0 to 255, separated by decimal points. Now beta, IP address is group of 4 numbers, right? And each number is in the range 0 to 255, separated by decimal point. So what the first question is, what is it? It is IP address, Internet Protocol Address. Beta, on the network, on internet, there are 2 ways to identify the server. One, by name, that is DNS system, one by its numeric address. DNS is the character-based addressing system. IP is numeric-based addressing system. You can access any server, you can identify any computer on the network via its IP address. So IP address is a numeric-based address which is used to identify the host or the computer attached to the network. Now, Daniel has to share the data among various computers of its 2 office branches situated in the same city. Right? The network is span across city. So which type of network it is? It is MAN type of network, metropolitan area network, because the MAN network is a network that is confined within a city. More than a LAN, but less than WAN. Now this is a comprehension question. Rehana Medicos Center has set up its new center in Dubai. It has 4 buildings as shown in the diagram. Beta, remember one thing, whatever diagram has been given to you, you are not to change the structure of the diagram. While drawing the cable layout, do not change the structure of the diagram. Keep this thing in mind. So you have 4 departments, 4 blocks: accounts, research lab, store, and packaging unit, right? And one table has been given to you signifying the distances between the buildings. Accounts to research 55 meter, accounts to store 150 meter, store to packaging 160 meter, packaging to research lab 60 meter, accounts to packaging 125 meter, and last store to research lab 180 meter. Then one table will be given to you signifying the number of computers in each building. Accounts 25, research lab 100, store 15, and packaging unit are given 60. So that diagram and these 2 tables will be given to you in every comprehension question related to network. Let us start the questions. As a network expert, provide the best possible answers for the following queries. Suggest the cable layout. Beta, in order to draw the cable layout, remember one logic in your mind. The block which is having the maximum number of computers, give signal or connection from that block to other associated blocks. The block which is having the maximum number of computers, where you have installed your server, from that block give connection to all other connecting blocks. Okay? Suggest the most suitable place to house the server. Beta, the meaning of the term house the server is you are to suggest the block where you can install your server. Right? Beta, server will be installed in that building where maximum number of computers are there. Because when you have maximum number of computers, one computer if turned into server, your work will not get affected. You can get your work done from the other computers which will behave as a client, and one computer will behave as a server. Your work will not get affected. But when you are having limited number of computers, suppose you are having only 10 computers, and from 10 computers you make one server, that will affect your performance. Clear? Where the server is placed? The server will be placed in the research lab because it has maximum number of computers. Am I clear? Then suggest the placement of following devices with reasons. Repeater, hub or switch. Beta, repeater, as you know, is a network device that is used to amplify the signal. So where should we install the repeater? Where distance is more than 70 meter. When distance is more than 70 meter, we should install repeater. Distance between the devices, when more than 70 meter, install the repeater. Where should be placed hub or switch? Beta, hub or switch, they both have the same functioning as they connect multiple computers together to form a network. So hub or switch will be placed in all the buildings, all the 4 buildings, because each and every building has to connect their own computers together. Accounts office, hub will be placed because accounts office has to connect its own computers. Research lab, hub will be placed because research lab has to connect its own computers. Similarly, store department and packaging unit. So hub will be placed in all the blocks because every block wants to connect their own computers together. Am I clear up till here, bache? 12th class, am I clear up till here with all the 3 questions? Right. Last question. Suggest a system, hardware or software, to prevent the unauthorized access to or from a network. A system that acts as hardware or software or both, which prevent the unauthorized access to the network. Yes, it is firewall. Firewall, I told you yesterday in the lecture, it acts as hardware or software and prevent any unauthorized person to entering your private network. So the correct answer is firewall. Am I clear? Beta, you can see this cable layout. As per this cable layout, see, the connection has been given from research lab to accounts, to store, to packaging unit. Right? Clear? Now, I would like to discuss one more paper with you. Let us now discuss 2017 board examination paper. The networking question of year 2017. Yeah. The first question, a teacher provides HTTP, this complete link, to his or her students to identify the URL and the domain name. To identify the URL and the domain name. Now URL, you know, universal resource locator, that is the address of the file on internet. So this complete is the URL, the complete shaded link. Beta, this complete link which I have shaded, it is URL, uniform resource locator. What is URL? The address of the file on internet, right? It has 3 parts. Every URL has 3 parts: type of protocol, address of the server, and the location of the file. In this URL, HTTP is acting as the protocol, the type of protocol, www.xtschool.com domain name, or what you call address of the server, and default.aspx is the name or the location of the file. Am I clear? So what is domain name over here? Domain name is xtschool.com. Clear? Have I made myself clear? Now, this question, MCQ type question. Beta, some situations have been given to you and you are to identify which of the following is a cyber crime. Copying data from the social networking account of a person without his or her information. As per the question, you are to identify which is not a cyber crime. You are copying data from social networking site. It is a cyber crime. Deleting some file images from the friend computer with his consent. You have taken consent from your friend to delete the files. So this is not a cyber crime because your friend has given you the consent. Viewing and transferring funds digitally from person bank account without his knowledge. Yes, it is a cyber crime. Intentionally making a false account on the name of celebrity on a social networking site. Defaming. You are defaming someone. You have created a fake account on the celebrity. It is a cyber crime. So only second option is not a cyber crime. That is deleting some